Hello and welcome to Talkin Baseball. The first trade has happened. Josh Naylor to Seattle. We talk about that. And new powers in the East and West. It's deadline season, baby.
Yohan Duran, Splinker.
Bo Naylor. Probably out.
Yeah,
Probably out. Hello and welcome to Talkin Baseball. Presented to you by SeatGeek, Code Talkin 2025. Go check them out. Go see a team. It's, we've got people. Was it Sandy's last start as a Marlin? Eugenio Suarez looking back out on Arizona's field for the last time? We're going to find out the answer soon. And hopefully, with a week out, we get the first trade going down. Hopefully, we get some more action on that front. Because, Trev, we're going to talk a little Tigers because they were running away with the AL, and now Toronto has caught them. Like, the Brewers have the best record in the NL. Dodgers and Yanks are kind of playing bad ball. What is going on, Coach?
A lot of stuff is happening. I think this is not the craziest week of the year, but I think that there was a lot of pressure on teams this specific time of the year. We're a week out where we're looking at, can you get back in the race? Am I going to be traded? Rumors everywhere. You try to stay away from social media the most of the time as a player, unless you have a great night, then you go peruse it. But I think a lot of guys, have off the field distractions, or maybe they put a little too much emphasis on these games, but it has created some interesting dynamics throughout the league, man. Yeah, you're right about the Tigers. They have just been on a tailspin. And the Brewers, they're crushing it, best record in baseball, but they've been playing good ball, for basically the entire year.
I know. And that's where things feel bizarre right now. And I was trying to find someone DM me, because Trev, you're going to remember this, and we got Beebs on the 1, 2s, and 3s today. For years, I've been looking for the name from the All-Star break to the trade deadline. We said treadline for a little bit, and everyone's like, that's awful. That's nothing. Someone DM'd me, and they said swing season, which I kind of liked, because that's baseball. That's a little keys in the bowl, but it's also what it truly is, right? Like, the Diamondbacks, if they came out of the break and they went 8-2, I don't know if they'd be selling, but they are. And it starts with Josh Naylor getting traded to Seattle last night, which, Coach, as I may take my pats on the back from the trade deadline draft, this is partially inspired by you and partially inspired by logic, man. This was the perfect fit, and happy for Seattle, happy for Josh Naylor. If you have no idea, Josh Naylor got traded for 2 prospects, Brandon Garcia and Ashton Izzy, which Trev's going to break down both of them. Seattle's number 13 and 16 prospects. So, again, that's something to put in the back of your head for a pure rental. I guess, Trev, where does your brain jump with this trade?
I mean, it makes sense. Seattle, even though their offense has not been a problem like it has been in years past, they understand that could kind of come at any time. Cal is going nuts. That buoys a lot of the offensive stats, but Josh Naylor's a great fit for them. I think they could have used, they're still looking for upgrades. The reports are Eugenio Suarez still number 1 target for them, so they'd completely overhaul their corners in their infield. I love it. It obviously made sense. Rayleigh will probably find his way more into the outfield now. Canzone's been great, but I guess they'll have to figure out ways to get him at bats. And Naylor's had another good year. He's done it for 4 straight years now. I believe he's a free agent at the end of the year, so this is a rental. And he gets a chance to go and kind of do something special in Seattle. The Diamondbacks, I think if the Diamondbacks stood pat and just kind of played out the season, to me, it felt like there was a run left in that team and they could probably get back into it. But I guess the front office has decided it's time to go now. In Seattle, obviously, these 2 teams, they got something going together.
Got a nice little West
A lot
Coast
of trades have
pipeline.
happened.
Yeah. And yeah, the rumors is they're still talking about Eugenio potentially, that they're not done with this, but they got this trade done. Trev, it was just the best fit. Like, even going through different websites, because sometimes, I'll be honest, sometimes I question myself because I'm like, I don't know. I guess, the guy with the beard did all the videos, and Trev's so handsome and played ball. Maybe I am just a backpack on their map to success. But here we are, talking ball. And this guy was the fit here, man. Like, Boston was rumored for Naylor, and it's like, well, what Romy's doing, and I don't know if they need Josh Naylor, and like they have still excess hitters they're trying to potentially trade. The only other team looking around, Texas maybe, but like they traded away Nathaniel Lowe at the start of the season, and we actually have rumored them trading back for him. That was the only, like, I saw San Francisco pop up, and they're dealing with the whole, now Devers kind of plays first base, which we'll talk about that a little bit. This was a perfect fit. Their lineup looks the best it has in a while, Trev. J.P. Crawford getting on base. Julio, second half Julio. Cal Raleigh doing historic catching things. Randy, the best to ever do it, people forget. And now Josh Naylor, like, that is a top 5 of this Mariners lineup. This improves them so much, and they gave up 2 mid-level prospects, if that.
Yeah, look, they're still... They need to do more. Without Cal's numbers, kind of put in. I mean, this is kind of what I think about, even the Yankees. I mean, take Judge out of that lineup, and it's not a great lineup. Take Cal out of the Mariners lineup, it's not a great lineup. That's an obvious statement, but you need to have as many quality hitters in the lineup as you can, because we're going to go through ups and downs with the rest of them. Those guys are great this year, and they're going to continue to be great. But I've seen that lineup, and there still can be holes. You can pitch around Cal. You can do all these things. Now, you mentioned like Randy's had a pretty good year this year, an 819 OPS. You talked about JP getting on base. Now you add, he hasn't hit a ton of homers this year, but a power threat from the left side, a guy that he's actually stolen some bases this year too, which is kind of hilarious. Thinking about Josh Naylor running the
contract year, baby.
He's doing it. Yeah. Lengthening lineups. I mean, we talk about it all the time. That's exactly what's happening here. They're just trying to lengthen this lineup as best they can. And I mean, Logan Gilbert had a really, really nice start for them. We haven't really got into that, but like the pitching will come around. I know that the numbers don't look great on it this year. But yeah, I mean, this is a nice start. I hope not the end for the Mariners.
Yeah, and Josh Naylor this year, and he's been this way throughout his career, more or less, but he crushes righties. That 310 this year, he's got a 310 batting average, a 390 on base percentage, and an 884 OPS versus righties. So you're going to see a lot of righties. He's going to be a mainstay in the middle of that lineup. I love the ad. I'll be interested to see how else they get involved, or who else is available hitter-wise, because you're right. I mean, I guess if they're done hitting-wise, you always want more. But I don't know, like for the rest of that lineup, because even if you start looking at the bench, it's like, okay, Polanco had a month this year when he went off, he went cold, he's bounced back a little bit. Luke Raley has had times where he's been a strong baseball player. Like Donovan Solano is listed on the bench for them. Dylan Moore, like they have a lot. Young Cole Young, who's making an early highlight reel. If this is their last offensive move, and I know Mariners fans shouldn't be thinking this way, and I guess let me know if I'm wrong, I would be okay with it, because for this team to still be good, they need to pitch the hell out of the ball, which they still have those guys. And Cal is being special, and like Julio, Cal, Randy, Josh, they're going to need those guys to be great if the Mariners need to do anything. That I think in a 5-game playoff series, I might get something from Polanco, Solano, Dylan Moore. That if they are done, I'm oddly okay with it.
I mean, look, the offensive stats on the year, league, like comparing to the league, they're great. I mean, they're a top, I don't know, they're a top third offense.
Yeah.
right now, which is, ask any Mariners fans. They'll take that.
Right.
They'll take that. So, I love it. Again, lengthen the lineup. I would, if they're truly in it and they want to like win a World Series, I think it needs to be more. And obviously they're shopping. They're still going. They're still doing it.
Yeah. So that's now that Arizona has confirmed they're open for business. That's good news for the rest of the league, and it is a reminder. Like we all live on the internet that is, should we do this trade, or what if we offered this? And that's dumb. That will never get you. Like if you had told Diamondback fans a couple days ago that prospects number 13 and 16 are going to get it done for Josh Naylor, not a single one would hesitate. This trade made me excited for the rest of the deadline, just because Eugenio Suarez is a rental. Now he doesn't make a lot of money. He's playing at a historically high level, so the price tag goes up. But I don't know, man. I think whoever does get him, whether it's Mariners, whether it's Cubs, Yankees, all the third base teams, I don't think the price tag is going to feel crazy from the fan perspective. If you're willing to give up one top prospect, that gets it done. And I don't think a lot of teams are going to offer that.
For Suarez?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, as strictly a rental, I don't think you, depending on the organization, obviously, but I don't think you dive into like a top 5 prospect. I think a top 10 prospect is in play, depending on the situation in each organization. I do want to make this point about Seattle's offense, which I just read this note here. Away from home, obviously we know that T-Mobile Park, I always want to call it Safeco, T-Mobile Park.
Thank you.
One of the toughest places to hit, if not the toughest place to hit in all of baseball. Away from that, on the road, Seattle sitting a Major League Baseball best 270, and they have a 346 on base percentage. Only the Brewers and the Cubs have scored more runs away from home.
Look at that.
So they're doing it.
The road.
Maybe we need to give more credit to these guys.
The boat Mariners.
I've seen them a couple times, and they're like, they still like.
There's times when you see who's coming to the plate in that inning, and you're like, this might not be the toughest inning. Like,
there's been some magic this year. Put it that way.
Hey, magic's a beautiful thing to have, and that big dumper guy and the historic season he's having. Let's see what's next for Seattle. Let's see what's next for the deadline. And let's see how much are the Snakes going to really empty the cupboard, because I mean they can really go if they want to with Kelly and Gallen.
They're going.
And why not, right?
Between Kelly and Gallen, I think they try to trade both, but they'd be okay with trading one and offering the other one a qualifying offer.
Yeah, and it is crazy, this world we live in, of like trying to have enough innings to get through the season, which the fact you need to think about that instead of trading a guy and the potential compensatory pick. A lot of eyes on the Snakes the rest of the way. And just a perfect fit trade that we were able to advertise a little bit because it made so much sense. So much sense. All right, Trev, let's get into some quote-unquote regular ball talk. It's brought to you by Shady Rays. Shady Rays, the summer is here. It really is. It's almost the end of July. It happens quick, man. Shady Rays is an independent sunglasses company offering a world-class product rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Their shades have durable frames and crystal clear optics, making them the perfect choice for all outdoor adventures. Shady Rays has been a huge part of our warehouse, a huge part of our company now for years, and they're fantastic. They're a part of our everyday life. It's just become like the sunglasses of the office. I don't even think about it anymore because they're so ingrained with us, and you should be too. Go to shadyrays.com and use code TALKIN, 35% off your next pair of polarized sunglasses. Code TALKIN at shadyrays.com. 35% off. Go get yours right now. Boom. And because it's Friday, we do the National League. And how about the highlights from this series? The Boston Red Sox shipped up to Philadelphia, and we've got a walk-off. Catcher's interference in Game 1. What chaos behind that? Walker Buehler threw a good game for the Red Sox. That's new. You'll hear a little bit more about that later. And then Christopher Sanchez keeps growing. Complete game. 9 innings, 12 Ks. Unreal. And then the final game, I think, could go down as one of the crazier games of the season. Back and forth, JT Realmuto with the game-tying home run. And then how about Carlos Narvaez? How good has he been for the Red Sox? Where'd they get him from? Phillies take 2 out of 3 from the Red Sox. Storyline developing. The Detroit Tigers got swept by the Pittsburgh Pirates. Say quoi? Pirates shut them out in the first day on Skeens Day, and then Bailey Falter shuts them down on the last day. Meanwhile, it was the Pirates offense. Spencer Horwitz, back-to-back 3-hit games for them. Tommy Pham, why wasn't he taken first in the trade draft? Let's see what happens. Pirates sweep the Tigers. Tigers 1-9 in their last 10. They've lost the top spot in the AL. Yo. Dodgers take 2 out of 3 from the Twins. Trev knows because he was there. Will Smith, 2-homer day. Did you know Tyler Glasnow's back with 7 innings of 12 strikeout ball? And, oh yeah, Will Smith, the best catcher in baseball, had a 2-homer day to get it started. Freddie Freeman with the walk-off in that last game. Twins won the middle game. Trev will tell you about that one. Marlins take 2 out of 3 from the Padres, and the Marlins are playing a really nice brand of baseball. High energy all over the field. Our resident Padre Nation that was watching the game the other day just kind of walked away being like, we got beat by the Marlins, and that's okay. All 3 one-run games, and of note, Sandy Alcantara, 7 innings, 0 earned runs. Very interesting. The Giants take 2 out of 3 from the Braves. Man, Hayden Birdsong had a tough day at the office in Game 1. No outs, 5 earned runs. After that, it was all Giants all day. And Rafael Devers, the first baseman in Game 2 with a couple hits. And then in Game 3, 2-homer day for Rafael. They try to get him going. They put up 9 in the final 2 games to take the Braves. Yikes. My goodness. Hey, the Mets swept the Halos. All right. Mets get back to their winning ways. Brett Beatty homers in that first game. Sean Manaea, 5 innings, 1 earned run. Mets look good. Brandon Nimmo has been playing real well lately. There's some analysis. Nats take 2 out of 3 from the Reds. Josh Bell, James Wood, big in that first game. Big in the last game, Nick Lodolo, his first ever complete game. I'll double check that, but 9 innings, 0 earned run, 5-0, woo whoop. That's how the Reds take it. Kansas City Royals trying to get back on track. They take 2 out of 3 from the Cubbies. We're going to get the standings coming up in a minute. Man, Vinny Pasquantino is a huge person, and so is Sal Perez. And when those guys homer and then bump bodies, it's a beautiful thing. And Rich Hill is back. 45 years old, twirling it. Unfortunately, Matt Boyd was on the other side, and all he does is shut teams down right now. 7 innings, 0 earned runs. And the St. Louis Cardinals dropped 2 out of 3 to the Rockies. What? Well, they might have closed their fate on what they're doing this deadline. Give some credit to Mickey Moniak like we do. Ryan McMahon, Brenton Doyle laying out in the gap, and that's obvious. Rockies take 2 out of 3 from the Cards, and that's what happened in the National League.
Put some respect on the Rockies' name.
Getting hot at the right time.
They are, and you're right about the Marlins. We talked about that last day.
They're right now playing good baseball.
23 of 35 they've won.
Stowers is the dude.
Only behind the Brewers within that time frame for record in all of baseball. The Miami Marlins, baby. Pop, do you want the standings?
Ever. That's why people come to the show.
That's why people. This is it.
They could go to 10 different websites and get the standings, but they like hearing you, former Philly Trevor Plouffe, tell them.
Speaking of the Phillies, we'll see you next summer.
Yeah. How about that?
By the way, Can't wait for that. But we'll start out in the National League East, where the New York Mets are on top of the division. A half game over my Phillies. 59-44 for the Mets. 58-44 for the Phillies. The Miami Marlins, as we mentioned, on a heater as of late. They're 48-53, climbing back to 500. Kind of love that for them as a goal this season. Get to 500. Okay. Would love to see that happen. The Braves still on the struggle bus. 44-57. 41-61 for the Nationals. In the Central, the best record in baseball goes to the Brewers. 61-41. They got a 1-game lead with the Chicago Cubs. 60-42 for them. Brewers 9-1 in the last 10. The Reds sitting 3 games over 500. They're 53-50, a half game above the Cardinals, who are 53-51. And they about to sell, Pop? I think so. I think they are. The Pirates 42-61 after the sweep of the Tigres. And then out west, I saw it happen. The Dodgers win a series. Not playing particularly great baseball, mind you. I feel like we've been saying that about them all year long. They're still 60-43 with a 5-game lead over the Padres, who are 55-48. The Giants still hanging in there, 54-49. The Diamondbacks 50-53. They are about to sell, and the Rockies 26-76. They always have round numbers there. I love that for them. 50 games under 500. My God. And then in the wild card, this is the most important part of the show right here. In the National League right now, the Cubs have the top wild card spot, followed by the Phillies, and the Padres holding on to that 3rd spot, 1 game ahead of the Giants, 2 games ahead of the Reds, 2.5 games ahead of the Cardinals. And those are the only teams I'm mentioning, because after that, it's the Diamondbacks, the Marlins, and the Braves. So we got 3 teams pretty close. The Cardinals, interesting time for them. What are they going to do? The Reds, interesting time for them. Are they going to add? A lot of people talk about the Reds being in play for a lot of different players. I would love to see that for my guy Tito. Those are the standings in the National League.
Nobody's better. That's just the facts.
Facts.
Trev, if the playoffs started today, and maybe double check me on this.
Okay.
But the 3-game wild card, which everyone agrees in baseball, in a 3-game wild card, anything could happen. Go ask those Cardinals fans who were up in the first game. Tough Arenado play at third, Helsley, and then a season, and then it felt like a whole team went away. The Chicago Cubs, who have been one of the darlings of this season, and they're awesome in the PCA show, I believe they'd be in a 3-game wild card against the Phillies.
Yes, they would be.
Fuck that.
That would be electric.
That would be electric, but that's almost, I need 7 games of that. Like, to come down to 3, that feels dirty. Obviously, these are going to change so much.
What are you handicapping that at? I think I got to go Phillies with the lead, right? In a 3-game set?
In a 3-game set with the Phillies starting pitching and playoff experience. It would be in Wrigley, I believe. So that would be. That changes things a little bit, but Wheeler. How's Zach
Suarez Sanchez?
How's Wheeler looked in the playoffs? Like, that's just a brutal draw, and that's going to happen. The NL it was the storyline at the start of this season. We didn't think the Central teams were going to be this good. That now with the Brewers having the best record in baseball. What?
It was Isaac Collins. It was Sal Frelick. It was Brice Turang.
What? I feel like for a month and
Joey Ortiz.
I feel like for a month and a half we were like, it's. We almost started talking out the sides of our mouth because we were like, no, Pat Murphy stuff.
I did not, because
it was getting
saw them
scary.
Dismantle my Twins, and I said, "Oh my God, the way they run the bases is so key for what they do." Like I've been saying this. They're a baseball team.
Oh.
They've realized that you need baseball players on the baseball team. They play baseball well, Jake. Like, I know that sounds stupid, but really think about it. They play the game of baseball very, very well. They might not have, like, It's like, I don't know.
That's why they come here. No, Trev,
I know what I'm saying.
Yes, and I've got something to add on it because we've gone on our defensive rants and everything like that, and I saw Gary Sheffield talking about guys don't know how to hit anymore, and I was like, hell yeah, Gary, go.
They do know how to hit.
Guys still know how to hit.
We have like two, we have one of the best right-handed hitters of all time playing.
Well, no, he was just saying the clip. I think it was from Foul Territory. I think Gary was on there and he was just like, I was talking to a kid who he's like, oh, if it's a 1-1 count, they tell me to swing. And he's like, that's not hitting. So I don't know. Just some of the new yeah. Trev, I had two brilliant pieces come together. I was debating having it be my award, but you said that the Brewers might be the best base running team you've ever seen. And that's not, I think people that listen to the show know you don't just, obviously you didn't do a deep dive on every base running team ever, but you used your eye test from your playing days and everything you've seen that you're like, damn, the way that team runs the bases. Trev, know what was going through the highlights this week? What was apparent? The defense and the base running and so many extra bases. O'Neal Cruz just taking home plate for free. There was Ronald Acuna. So that was the math that our front office, I think, has put together, and maybe the Brewers are the team that beat us. If defense isn't that good, then the base running value, like we got locked into the bases and throwing over, and people are scoring more runs by running the bases better. And with how bad defense is, go ask the Yanks. Go check out this week's episode of Talkin' Yanks, or don't. Because I think me and Jimmy are still fielding some texts and calls from that. But, dude, there was so many free runs and bases giving out that are winning teams' games. And they're ruining pitchers' days because you have to stay on the mound and throw 40 bullets. Like, it's insane. And that's why the Brewers are... It's part of the reason why the Brewers are the best team in baseball.
I mean, they've had excellent starting pitching. Yes. The bullpen, you might not know their names. You will eventually, because they have some absolute dogs just throwing a million miles an hour. I think I said this on the show last week, or maybe it was earlier this week, about how like they draft little position players and have huge pitchers. Like that's what they do.
Yeah,
and it makes sense.
Yeah, it's working.
It's working.
It's working. Caleb Durbin.
Ken Rosenthal wrote an article apologizing to Mark Atanasio.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what the Brewers are doing to the sport, dude.
They're too good. Trev, like we told the people, this is a funky time of year. It's swing season because I want to talk about some of these series, but everyone's eyes are elsewhere. I hit the highlights from Phillies and Boston that I think a lot of people saw if you're a general baseball fan. But I guess what else did your eyes see, Coach?
Well, I don't know if we have the clip of the catcher's interference. That was kind of crazy.
Bizarre.
I think Narvaez got called twice for that during this series. And that was like a thing for a while that we brought up on the show. Catchers trying to steal strikes, trying to get as close to the batter as possible to do that. Ends up losing him a game, although they probably would have lost the game anyway. It was bases loaded, nobody out. Like
right, it was on a path.
Yeah, like they were going to lose, but that was interesting. And then a couple catcher mishaps. There's the catcher interference right there. Sheesh,
just a little.
I should have mastered that, dude. I should have mastered the catcher's interference. Oh, oops.
Every time you're facing like a pitcher that has your number,
people do that. I mean, they don't do it on purpose. So some guys I feel like do. I guess my hands never really went back. It was always Jacoby Ellsbury used to do that all the time. I feel like
he was the king of it.
That son of a gun. And then in that last game, as the Red Sox come back, JT Realmuto can't find the pop up.
Yeah.
Red Sox kept scoring 6 runs. The Roman Gonzalez grand slam, and then you got Narvaez kind of redemption status. Winning the game for them there. And that was if you're a Phillies fan, you're watching that game and you see Schwarber hit a homer, Kepler hit a homer, everybody hit a homer off Lucas Giolito, our guy.
Yeah.
And then for them to lose that game, they had a sweep ready to go. And the Red Sox ended up coming back for that. Two really good teams. I want to see both these teams. I want to see the Red Sox in the playoffs. I want to see what they do with the trade deadline, because I feel like they're a team that can go strength for strength, major league talent trade, not like let's get a prospect.
Right.
Those are my favorite trades. Major league talent for major league talent. Red Sox are a team that I think is going to be looking to do that, because they have a bunch of major league ready talent to trade. Call it a logjam, call it depth, whatever you want. I think that's what ends up happening for them.
Yes, I would love that, because those are always like, again, the trade we opened the show with, and for people that I guess are new, Brandon Garcia and Ashton Izzy, that our lane is not giving you the actual scouting report on those kids. I've got some information here.
Well,
but
Garcia at least he's a big leaguer. He's pitching right now. He'll be in their bullpen, but yes.
Yeah. So that's when the two big leaguers get traded, and that's.
But I also like good team with good team trade.
Oh, okay.
Like I want buyer.
Mm.
That's kind of where I
strength for strength.
All about. Yeah.
Bryce Harper's 350th. Did I see that? We love that for him. 2 powers. Let's again potentially fun deadlines for both
2
teams.
towers.
Oh boy, we're gonna lose them. Well, let's lose everyone for a second. Give me your Twins Dodgers thoughts.
A microcosm of the Twins season, like get really close, feel like kind of good about yourself, and then just
this sounds like my kind of team.
Just lose it. Yeah. It was bad, dude. I don't know what to say. I think the last game is interesting enough to talk about because there were some moments there.
Okay.
Some decisions by Rocco, who I thought managed really, really well, because he's had to manage like these were must-win games. So the decision that I'm talking about is at the end of the game there, Twins take the lead. Harrison Bader bounces one over Vesia's head. They get the lead. So Duran down, Griffin Jacks in to get the save. Okay. We have Mookie Betts striking out, which he struck out on a check swing. We do not get the call. First base umpire is not paying attention. Don't know what he was looking at. It was terrible. Mookie gets on a infield hit after that. Mookie, by the way, looks bad.
Yeah.
Like not even like,
Crazy.
like he's hitting the ball hard and he's not nothing to show for it. He looks bad. He doesn't look happy. Like I don't know what the heck is going on. It's a weird thing. He gets on and Rocco decides to intentionally walk Shohei Ohtani because Teoscar is not behind him anymore. Esteury Ruiz comes in the game to pinch run. And so he walks Ohtani to get to Ruiz. And Griffin Jacks walks him on 5 pitches. Freddie Freeman comes up, gets behind in the count, I believe, puts one in play right in front of Bader. He can't make the play. Ohtani scores from second base. Game over. Possibly season over. Trade people for the Twins because of that.
Trev, there are a lot of people that have your Minnesota Twins in the trade machine right now.
A lot. I'll tell you what. Joe Ryan's not getting traded, and neither is Royce Lewis. The bullpen, probably we're going to see one of those top 2 guys get traded, I would think. Definitely Bader, Coulomb, Brock Stewart are on the block. Willie Castro probably as well. There's a lot of good players to choose from. That's why I like the Twins.
No, you.
It just hasn't happened.
Well, and we'll circle up on some AL Central coming up because we still have to Tiger at some point. Royals kind of turned my head, and maybe it's just because John Rave's name makes me laugh every time.
Sal's going hot right now. Vinny had a big game.
Let's pocket that for when we go through the AL. I think we'll just do like an AL Central roundup coming through there. I guess other NL notes, like the Devers having some offensive break. Like it was starting to get loud about Rafi. It was like, hey, actually, since we traded for Devers, he hasn't been that good. He plays first base in one game. He has a 2-hit day and then a 3-hit 2-homer day. That San Francisco, like you mentioned in the standings, 1 game out. They're 3-7 in their last 10. Things are starting to get the boat felt rocky. And maybe that's where the Braves have been team's best medicine this year.
Oh, I didn't really think about the Braves just being bad and being the get right team. That's
nuts,
tough.
dude.
That's tough for them.
Verlander walks 3 in the first, gets out of it, and then it's 5 shutty. It's just unreal.
And the Giants played some sloppy baseball here. Like Jung-Hoo Lee didn't have like a great series in center field. We talked about that Ronald Acuna play, like kind of not knowing where to throw the ball and kind of going nonchalant after that. But again, yeah, they're right in it, and they have like the recipe to be a playoff team. I mean, right now, Webb, Roop, and Robbie Ray, like you have 3 good starters, and then JB gets his win. That's nice. I think so. The back end of the rotation. See what happens there. As Birdsong doesn't even make it out of the first inning, doesn't even record an out in that first game. But they can do that. They can pitch a little bit. The bullpen, they can do that. It's will the offense show up enough? Can we get some consistency with the offense? And will Devers be the guy to like spark that? Now that he's playing first base, he kind of has said that all along, Jake. Like I prefer to play the field. Now he's at first base, and I think he's just going to play first base. So it allows the Giants now to move some things around, like go get a bat, move somebody to like just opens up the roster for them. They can kind of go get any bat now and use that DH spot as they're moving the pieces around. So that cleans up a lot for them. Devers being able to play first base, willing to do it. It means they can improve their offense a lot more easily. So this is I'm on like I'm on Giants watch a little bit.
And yeah, that Devers press conference was pretty comical. Like the reporter didn't have the question wasn't even all the way out, but they were doing the, hey, Rafael, do you prefer playing in the field because it keeps you more like? And he just cut him off. Like crazy. And the ball he hit was crazy. A Strider slider. How do you like that?
Oh, the first homer?
It was the second lowest pitch hit for a homer this season. It's one-handed.
Completely one-handed.
It feels I was shocked seeing where the ball ended up. It almost felt like one of those. It almost felt
Did the Giants trade for Sean Murphy? Like you can't make a trade like Devers and then not do it again. Like Buster Posey's mad with power. He has to be.
Braves fans get really mad when you say that in their front office.
No, they shouldn't. I mean, they have their heir apparent.
I know, but they like them both. And the front office is saying they're not trading him, but the front office has to say that. I agree, and that light bulb moment you just had was kind of beautiful. But the Giants also like Patrick Bailey's been their guy, but the offensive stats are just
Buster Posey don't shit. Yeah. He wants to win.
Yeah. Trev, chunky episode. Again, I want to save like Detroit and Kansas City. I think we're going to end up sweeping in the AL coming up. Reds they lose the series to the Nats. And like you said, it's just, they're supposedly rumored in on Gino that I honestly don't know what to do with them right now.
They should make moves. Yeah. They also have the recipe for success. They really do. I could see them going and getting a bullpen arm. I think the starting pitching is great. Lodolo, complete game shutty, doing his thing. So they were talking about Gino, which would move Marte off of third base into right field. I think people were trying to tell me. Okay, whatever.
Sure.
Do what you got to do. I would love to see the Reds get involved at the trade deadline. I really hope they do. Again, I mentioned you bring in Tito, like I think. And then obviously this is front office. It's a front office decision, but like I think they're in a window. They need to go make a move.
If the Reds were an AL team, I think we would love them. The Reds have to be better than the Giants and the Padres or the Phillies or the Central teams. I don't know. I'm daunted by it. But they have all those young talented pitchers. Lodolo gets his first. And I keep saying that, but I'm pretty sure that's his first shutout. Otherwise, why would I be saying that? Yes, first shutout, second complete game.
The way you have to think about it now is, do we have 3 starting pitchers that can win us games?
Right.
Yeah, they have more than that. Like that they're a team that can deal from that position, and starting pitchers can fetch you a pretty penny. So I would be interested to see if they're willing to move, like who they're willing to move within that group of guys that they have. Like they don't like, will they move like a Rhett Lauder without really giving him a shot to establish himself? Like, is that who you move?
Yeah, I think it's, again, Trev, I'll beg for it until I get it. Maybe I need to start considering it manifesting.
Nick Martinez? Do you move Nick?
Well, if you're the Reds, like, you have to take offers on all of these guys, right? And then do whatever is best for your org coming off of that. Like, I don't know what it's really like to run a major league team, but I would assume that's what you would do, right?
Rhett Lauder's hurt, right? He had the surgery, he had a strained forearm. He hasn't had surgery. He had a strained forearm. You need back end of the bullpen stuff, but you don't want to trade a starting pitcher for that.
Right. Because you could just move that guy there. Like,
Interesting.
They're a very interesting team coming up. I don't know.
Mets sweep. Do we got to talk about that?
We have to talk about. I think the Mets are the last NL team.
Our guy Francisco Alvarez, back hitting homers. That has to feel so good.
Had his chest protector with his daughter's name on it. We love that.
Coming back, getting sent down for performance reasons, going down, coming back up and hitting a homer. You saw the smile on his face, the emotion. That was cool. Juan Soto doing things. Where are my notes here?
It's a fun part of the season that there literally is no way to quantify. El Troll. Some of these young guys that are going to have a big second half. Like, what if Alvarez has a big second half? He is such a big part of this team, and he hasn't been.
Brett Beatty, can he step up? Can Mark Vientos step up? Juan Soto's going. He had a big knock up the middle in that first game in the bottom of the seventh. Angels kind of threw some of these games away. The first game, they get the lead up on a throwing error. Then they get really a tough at bat by Renifo, where the umpire kind of.
Oh my God, dude!
He didn't even see a strike and struck out. That would have loaded the bases against Diaz, and that's a whole different ball game there. That's tough.
There was a couple of I know you could do it every day, but there was a couple that game, and I'll think of the other one that just had brutal strikes, game-changing strikes being called.
I'm down for the ABS, Jake. Yeah. And now I'm kind of down for that swinging. What is that? Check swing.
Oh, the check swing rule? Yeah. It is nuts. It is nuts that we just don't have a rule.
It happens a lot where.
And like the home plate umpire sometimes just doing it and being like, nah, you did. And it's like.
That should never happen.
What if I didn't?
That should never happen. That's such a thing. That's against hitter. So, give me some credit.
Yes.
For wanting that in the game. Because really the only bad calls are the missed check swings. There's very rarely does a guy not go and he gets rung up. That makes sense.
Let's give you credit for that.
Thanks a lot for that.
Mike Trout, 396 homers, 400 homer watch for Trouty.
Go Mets, go! I want to see them get really hot. I want to see Pete continue to crush. Yeah. I want to see like their top 5 hitters just go off, and one of those guys I mentioned, Vientos or Beatty, just go off and just run the table.
And I mean, just another. I've talked myself into them being. You mentioned the Red Sox being like, okay, like Duran for a starting pitcher. There's been rumors around something like that happening. The Mets should be the young potential MLB talent with Beatty, with Mauricio. Like, they're going to cash in one of those chips, and I just don't know which one. Brandon Nimmo, yeah, he's been playing great the past 2 months. 879 OPS in June, 920 in July. That guy just does it every year. My God. Crazy. Let's hop over to some AL. We'll clean up everything we missed. In the American League, we got to talk some guard dogs. Is the AL Central back? Not that one team. The Guardians take 3 out of 4 from the Orioles. They lose on that last game because it was Charlie Morton, and we told you guys, DraftKings bet the cycle, duh. Otherwise, it was guard dogs the rest of the way. Slade Ciccone, he was traded for Naylor. That's how we got to Arizona. Full circle, people. Jose Ramirez with back-to-back homer games. The Guardians, after their 10-game losing streak, came back to win 11 out of 12 games. You can't predict baseball, people. And you certainly can't predict Yankees baseball, or maybe you can, because the Toronto Blue Jays are playing such a fun brand of baseball, putting the ball in play, tough two-strike at-bats, and it tormented the Yankees in their defense. The Blue Jays take the bread games 4-1. Gossman was great in that first one, and then Bassett very strong in the second as the Yankees defense was horrific. That's all I have to say about that. Seattle Mariners and the Brewers. We mentioned where the Brewers are now. Part of the reason is they took 2 out of 3 from Seattle. They went on an 11-game win streak. My goodness. Brandon Woodruff, 6 shutout innings. They do lose game 2 as they get 2 hit by Gilbert, Brash, Bizzardo, Spire, and Munoz. Nice, Jake. Cal Raleigh homered, but the Brewers bounced back. 17 hits, 14 singles. Pump it in my veins. That's A-Rod baseball, he thinks. Brewers take 2 out of 3. Rangers, they sweep the A's. Oh, are the Rangers being part of this season? They want to. And it's with DeGrom, 6 innings, 1 earned run. Patrick Corbin, 5.2, 1 earned run. And they've called up some new guys. Here's Michael Hellman homering. Nice to meet you. Cody Freeman, first MLB hit. Go crazy, folks. Why not? And Corey Seager, 2 hits in the final 2 games. They sweep. White Sox and Tampa, and the White Sox beat the Tampa Bay Rays. And man, they're kind of playing some fun baseball. Chase Mydroth, your guy, Trev, he has a 4-hit day. Colson Montgomery is up in the major leagues and having a 5 RBI final day at the office. Kyle Teal, the names and faces have changed in Chicago, and that's what helped them take 2 out of 3 from Tampa. And finally, your Best Western Road Warriors. It's time. Brought to you by Best Western. Life's a trip. Make the most of it at bestwestern.com. The Houston Astros. Everyone go thank Houston. They swept the Arizona Diamondbacks and maybe sent them to the trade deadline. Wow. Did you know Astros are 20-9 in one-run games this year? I just found that out. Framber Valdez and Brandon Walter both went 7 innings pitched, 1 earned run. And Brice Matthews, get familiar, hit his first and second career home runs in the same game, along with a sparkling double play started by him on Tuesday night. That guy looks like a ball player's ball player. Astros, they get it done. They sweep the Arizona Diamondbacks, and that's what happened in the American League.
I didn't know you knew about Brice Matthews' double play.
Yeah.
Nice little spinning Johnny.
I'll give a speech on it after the standings that America's waiting for.
Okay. We just did the American League, obviously. So here we go. I'm going to start. Let's start out west. You know what? Let's go backwards here. We're the Astros. Brice Matthews' team have a 5-game lead over the Seattle Mariners. 60-43 for the Astros, and they're just a ragtag group, dude. Go look at their IL sheet and who's on it, and you're like, okay, they should not be playing as well as they are, but they just keep churning out dudes. 5-game lead for them, 60-43. The Mariners, 55-48, second in the division. The Texas Rangers surging. Look out, 53-50 for them. They've gone 8-2 over the last 10. Their 7 games back in the division, but we'll talk about the wild card in a sec. 49-54 for the Angels. It looked like it might happen for them. They might get to 500 and stay there and go further. And no, they lost 4 in a row. There's 11 games back in the division. And then the Athletics, 43-62. In the Central, the Tigers, that once 15.5 game lead they had, is down to 8. 60-44 for them. 51-51 for the Guard Dogs. They got over 500, then they fell back to it. They're 7-3 in their last 10, but even better than that over the last 15 games. They're crushing it. The Royals 50-53. My Twins. I'm not going to say what you think I'm going to say. You know what I am thinking it.
What's that?
But I'm not going to say it. They're deceased. 49-53 for them. 37-66 for the White Sox. And then out east, the Toronto Blue Jays. Drake is releasing singles again. Toronto all the way back. 61-42. Joey Loperfido. 4.5 games up on the Yanks, who are 56-46. The Red Sox, 2 games behind that, 55-49. The Rays, man, they looked really good for a while. I thought they were just going to run it off. They probably still will have a streak in them, 53-50. The Orioles, 45-57. In the wild card, Jake, this is what people are waiting for. The Yankees are the top wild card spot. If we were to end the season today, they'd be playing the Mariners, who I think I like for you guys.
I'd watch that.
Who are the second place wild card team. They are a half game up on the Red Sox. If the season ended today, they would play the Tigers.
Yeah. Crazy.
49 for them. A game and a half out, both the Rays and the Rangers. 3 games out, the Guardians, and everybody after that is under 500, so I don't talk about them. And those are the standings in the American League.
Well done. Yeah, Trev, I mean, I did it with the NL. It's crazy to think about that. The Tigers, who have been...
time to talk about playoff ball, Jake.
I know, and that's what's insane, because this day we've chosen for it. Like I mentioned with the Cubs, the Tigers are a similar story. Like the American League darlings this year, how great are they? And they'd be playing the Boston Red Sox in 3 games. Like, what if Romy Gonzalez gets you on Scooble Day? Then what? Because that's all he does is hit home runs.
Snyder.
Dude, their lineup versus lefties. The dudes they roll out and what they do to lefty pitching. Anyways, and hey, the AL wildcard race on the whole, there was a couple days there where it was like, is the AL done? Now it looks juicy. I mean, between Yankees, Mariners, Red Sox, Rays, Rangers, Guard Dogs, I think, are back in the mix a little bit. They just need one more push, essentially. The AL wildcard is bringing it to the party. Let's do, because I mentioned Tigers in the NL burn because they were technically the road team, that I guess lumping the Central in, the Tigers, I think they've got a bad case of the can't hits, and I think that's led to some bad baseball as well.
Tigers got a case of the bad can't hits. The Guardians got a case of they can hit.
Oh.
It's basically what's been going on. Who do you want to start with, Tigers or Cardinals? Or Guardians, excuse me.
Tigers.
Tigers have averaged over the last 11 games 2.7 runs per game. That ain't going to get it done, Pop. And there has been some uncharacteristically bad defense played from them. Riley Green is struggling. He's been obviously striking out a ton. It's kind of what he does, but the numbers are way down over the last 2 weeks for him, and it's kind of coincided with what's going on with the Tigers. They still have the team, but I think we got used to the Tigers kind of doing everything right, like figuring out ways to win games. But you can't win games scoring runs like that. I mean, that's basically what's happened. I mean, look, you can break it down and go player by player, but if you're scoring less than 3 runs a game, like, you're going to run into streaks like this. And it happens to every team.
It happens to every team. There's a lot of people saying that the shoe is going to drop at some point for them. It has.
They weren't going to just run off and be this 105-win team.
I mean, there was a little bit it looked like it, but that's baseball happens. No, you're right. And I think we danced around the combo a few times, and you ended up apologizing because there was a lot of times, we said it with the Mariners a little bit before. Sometimes you see who's coming up for the Tigers, and you're like, okay, that doesn't feel like Murderer's Row, but for a couple months it just was. Like, they felt relentless, and the hit at the right time, like all the lame baseball stuff, and now it just feels
like the Guardians are doing right now.
Guardians are doing right now.
Jose Ramirez, obviously, getting into form that's kind of like coincided with their what they're doing, like their winning baseball ways. But here's a good stat I got up right now. Okay, over the last 12 games, Jake, the Guardians have 42 runs with 2 outs. That's better than the previous before that 41 games. So they're getting the knocks with 2 outs. Jose Ramirez is doing his thing, and then they're winning baseball games. Sometimes it's as easy as that. Getting those 2-out knocks is so huge for momentum, for confidence, and it goes the opposite way for the team that's giving up those 2-out runs. I mean, when you give up 2-out runs, you start to feel defeated. Guardians are taking advantage of that, and we're seeing like kind of that up and down the lineup mentality that the Tigers had. Now the Guardians are doing that. That's the key to winning baseball games, people, is having the bottom of your lineup produce. Like, it's not going to happen all the time, but when the bottom of your lineup produces, you better win those games. That's when you need to go on those runs, and that's what the Guardians have done.
When you flip that lineup over and it's first and third, 1 out, and it's your best players are up, that's how you win games. I have a potential future baseball theory that you should have your better hitters, some of your better, like instead of having, let's say maybe your 5-hole hitter, maybe have them hit 9th just for that lineup flip. I don't know. We'll dive into that in an offseason.
I've tried to do it with my youth team where like you have like 4 good players on a team and the rest are like just basically outs, like just like staggering them through the lineup. It's hard to get a rally going.
Yeah, I don't think you could do that. We'll figure it out with Eno Saris. This is unrelated. Hey, Trev, are there any contenders out there that need a corner outfielder that plays really good defense and has an 858 OPS?
Yes.
Ramon Laureano has been balling this year, dude. I don't know if it's the Padres. Like, there's a lot of teams could use that guy, and he's been amazing. His last... How many games? Because people forget, he was in Atlanta last year and was good. And he's kind of rolled that into Baltimore this year, that his last $120 games, $130, he's had an 840 OPS, something like that. He's going to end up on a playoff team. And that, like, remember who he was for a little bit? Like, that guy wanted to throw you out at home. He wanted to fight you, and then he wanted to hit a triple down the line. Like, that dude was a bad MFer for a while, and it feels like...
I thought you were going to say something else after fight you.
What's... I think you know. Let's go east, young man, because the best record in the American League belongs to the Toronto Blue Jays. I'm not going to say unbelievable because seeing it is believing. And Trev, the at-bats these guys are putting up, and you talk about a lineup flipping it over. Some of the dudes in the bottom of their lineup right now look like erase their baseball card. If Miles Straw is up with 2 outs. I love that
Miles Straw had a big hit against you guys after going up into the bleachers with the Guardians. I like
messing it up. No, whoever comes up for them, if they have 2 strikes, it feels like they're a video game character that got extra powers. They're relentless, man. They're relentless, and it's carried them to become the best team in the AL on July 25th.
No, I mean, we've been talking about their team for quite some time. That is what you said. I mean, they have guys contributing up and down the lineup. George Springer, we thought maybe – he'd have a great first half and then settle down a little bit. He's getting big hits. He's getting everybody fired up. 877 OPS on the year for our guy, George Springer. Okay. They're doing it. I think that this team has to add.
What do you want for them?
They have to add.
What do you want for them?
Starter.
Okay. Yeah,
Starter
same.
for them.
Same.
Bullpen's been great.
Although I think Eric Lauer.
Just pitching.
Yeah.
They continue to add to that depth. I know you got some veterans there in the starting rotation. I would try to add some more swing and miss in the bullpen. But they got the secret sauce going right now, defensively and offensively. I think if they added some pitching, we're talking about, because they look like the real deal right now, but it's just when you get into the playoffs, I think you need like, and I don't know if they're going to get an ace. I don't know if they have an ace on their squad, and maybe they make a run for one of those. I don't know how they would, but at least some more depth if you don't have that ace.
Yeah, it's very interesting because they have options, and it winning is contagious. I know we can't measure that analytically, but like what Eric Lauer did last night. I know it's the start of a new series, but their pitching staff felt that a little bit. Like Bassett.
What happened with Lauer and his lip? I know he was joking about Scherzer. I kind
of don't know.
And everyone said he was joking, which makes sense. I don't think Scherzer popped him in the face, but also what happened?
What happened? Because, bro, that's one of the bigger busted lips I've seen on a baseball player.
They did this interview, and if he was joking, usually they just say, "Oh yeah, he was just kidding around." They didn't follow up.
It just might be. Did Scherzer pop Lauer?
He didn't pop Lauer.
Because we'd be talking about that.
I'm asking what happened though.
I don't know.
Was that a weight room? That was he doing bench press and just got a weight to the mouth?
The old weight to the mouth? I don't think that happens.
Was he?
I think that would mess up
his elbow on accident. I need to know what happened.
I need to know what happened. BBD, if you could get some research going. I don't think the internet has it yet. He's looking.
It's so weird that we know he's joking, but we're also not sure how he got that. And if it, would you like it or not like it if it was actually Scherzer?
I mean, I hate this for Eric Lauer. Part of me would like it, right? Like the lure of Scherzer. Did Max Scherzer punch Eric Lauer? We need to know this. No way. He was smiling in the press conference.
I said swing and miss for the Blue Jays bullpen. They're second in the league in Ks per 9.
Trev, I didn't want to call you out, and again, I do have some recent. Watching this series hurt me because watching the Yankees play that level of defense, it crushes my soul because that's not baseball. But some of the cats coming out of this Toronto bullpen, I know we're not as familiar with the names, but like Brendan Little, get familiar. That guy's swing and miss stuff is crazy. Yariel Rodriguez has gone to the pen and he's found himself out there. This guy shouldn't even be involved. Mason Fluharty, crazy name. He got called up from AAA, and he's just one of those guys that throws with funk that, if you ain't seen him, he's going to be really hard to hit. Okay, what do we have on the screen here, Beebs?
This is from the Toronto Star, the writer of this article, just had him. Mike Wilner said, as he walked away from the scrum after talking about his and his team's great performance, I asked Lauer if we were really supposed to believe that Scherzer actually punched him in the face. And he flashed a wry smile and shrugged his shoulders. So I think he's just not saying what happened.
There's a percentage chance that Max Scherzer punched Eric Lauer.
There's no way he punched him. I just want to know what happened. How do you get a fat lip like that?
Are kids in Toronto gonna show up to the stadium with fat lips?
That's a weird way to talk about that.
Just getting punched? I don't know. What happened? We may never know. We got to find out. Okay. Trev, what else is important in your American League? We didn't talk a lot about the West. Again, okay. Let me get my last Yankees piss out of my system. Brice Matthews. And you mentioned, I did see that double play because when I saw that double play Brice Matthews turned, I initially didn't know who it was. And I was like, who the hell is this guy? And then I got really mad because it seems like every player my Yankees call up hasn't been coached in the minor league on how to play baseball. And it seems like every player the Houston Astros call up feels like they were born into the game and they know the sport like the back of their hand. And Brice Matthews is making amazing defensive plays. Oh yeah, and he hits home runs. So yes, that is, I want to confirm for the trolls, that is a salty Yankees rant. But Brice Matthews played incredible. And so Houston's still here. Still very.
And Zach Short just fucking starting every day at short. Let's go, baby. The IL's crazy. I mentioned it, dude. It's insane. It's insane. Paredes, Pena, Guillorme, gone. Yordan Alvarez, gone. Jake Myers, gone. Brendan Rodgers, gone. And then you haven't even got to the pitchers yet, man. And they're still got to 60 wins.
I know.
I like this note that we have here. They've scored first in 15 consecutive games. 66% chance to win when you score first. That's historic, people.
Nice.
Historically.
Nice. Look at you.
I've done that stat with the Twins before. Like, just score first. Do what you can.
Just score first. We'll add that to our analytics binder. Christian Walker with the big weekend. They need him to continue to go. And yeah, I mean, I almost said it before with the Orioles that, like, you know, they've had a ton of injuries this year, but, you know, so does Houston. That you still need the guys out there.
Draft left. They just have these left-handers coming out of nowhere. Walter and Gordon.
These players are currently listed as Houston Astros starters. Taylor Trammell, Victor Caratini, listed in the 3-hole DHing. Hello, Vic. Mauricio Dubon, who made an amazing over-the-shoulder catch at third base. That guy's out of control. Brice Matthews, our new stud, and Zach Short, who any team could have had him, and now he's... It feels like every highlight I see, Zach Short scores. So I don't know, man. Houston finds a way. They're on top of the West by 5 games over the Mariners, 7 on Texas, who had a nice weekend themselves. We got a fun couple months coming, Coach Trev.
Yeah, what else? What have we missed? Rangers sweep the A's. Is that like a little obvious the way they've been playing lately and the way Corey Seager's been playing lately?
So, as we review swing season, Texas is currently having a nice swing season.
Fucking Patrick Corbin did it again?
I don't know what to do with that. Again. Like, if I'm a Nationals fan, I'm not happy. I'm not happy.
I need to see his numbers with the...
We spend a lot of time on Patrick Corbin, and I like it.
I'm just it's just with the Rangers. Got 19 starts to a 3.78. Okay. That's a serviceable back end of the rotation guy giving you a chance to win every time he goes out. Okay.
Any team will take that. Yeah. And yeah, I know everyone remembers from
almost
the
a full 2 runs under what he gave the Nationals last year.
Texas Rangers are a game and a half out of the playoffs right now. Only the Red Sox ahead of them in the wild card, with Seattle there, Tampa the same as them. 8-2. 8-2. That's kind of what they needed to. Otherwise, we'd be talking about them selling. Some teams were looking at El Bombi. I think he stays. I think they're going to add. I think they like what they have. Maybe they rally around the fact that Kevin Pillar was saying their locker room stunk. Like, wouldn't that would piss me off.
That would piss me off.
Know what? Hey, Kevin.
He said he wasn't there. That he didn't really get a good read.
Hey, Kevin, know would have been if you balled out for us that we needed any hitting. It shouldn't fall on his shoulders. Corey Seager being back is big. Trev, I think whatever we need to clean up, let's clean it up the rest of the way, Big Daddy, and maybe we even start with some standout performances.
It's time for Standout performances. Standout performances. This guy stood out for Trev.
Say what?
Beebs, you like that?
That's new to me.
That's wild.
Oh,
Robbie,
God.
Where are you going?
I am going with a guy. We just talked about a guy who's like really impressed. Yeah. He was giving this team a chance to win. This guy for the Cubs has been doing a lot more than that. Overall on the year, oh my gosh.
Crazy.
He's got 20 starts. He's got a 2.2 ERA. And like you said,
2.2?
Yeah, any team could have had this guy. He's been freaking balling as of late. Let's see. Let me get these numbers up. It's Matthew Boyd. Against the Royals, he goes 7 innings, no runs. Over his last 10 starts, Jake, oh my gosh, 63 innings pitched, only 8 earned runs for a 1.14 over his last 10. The contract is almost laughable for a starting pitcher. It is 2 years, $29 million for this year and next year, and there's a mutual option for 2027. Saw him at the All-Star game. Nice dude. I know he follows me. I think the warehouse games. So stoked on that for our guy Matthew Boyd. But I just think he's been just doing it. He's been doing it. And I feel like kind of like on the back burner a little bit. I know he's named the All-Star team, but pretty cool.
It's Trev, and I'm a victim of this. Baseball has a way sometimes of, okay, sometimes a guy will have a great first half and then the second half happens. Or, when we do all JM team and we end up laughing because there's always someone on that first month that has like a bad season. And it's just what baseball is. I thought the bottom would fall out on Matthew Boyd, and it has not, and his ERA is heading towards 1. I think he credits the Guardians pitching lab a little bit in his time there, that he's been amazing for the Cubbies.
10,
what are you
11,
counting?
12, 13, 14 out of 20 starts, quality.
You take that. He's been awesome.
Sheesh.
Been awesome. Is he in your book?
I don't think so.
No. Never had the opportunity. Good for Matthew Boyd. Go Cubs, go. Give me the next Cubs Brewers series like I need water in the desert. Trev, I'm going to go with Will Smith, the catcher for the Dodgers. Our guy, a legend of talking baseball history. He had a 2-homer game on Monday night. His stats on the season, Trev, this guy can't catch this guy should be the lead actor, but he gets overshot. Whether it's Shohei having 5 straight games with a homer, and one of them he's the starting pitcher in that game, and it doesn't feel like real life. Or, okay, hey, let's zoom out. Let's look at the best catchers in baseball this year. We got to talk Cal Raleigh. And nobody's ever done this, man. What? Will Smith is getting on base at a 424 clip. He's slugging 549 for the 973 OPS. Like, the fact that this guy the way Will Smith gets mentioned is when you're like, oh, and the Dodgers have so many good players. They got Max Muncy. They got Will Smith. This guy's amazing. He's on pace for like a 6-7 WAR season as a catcher. 3 straight All-Star teams. He's leading the National League in batting average. He would be your batting title champion as of today. Will Smith. It's amazing.
On base as well. He's leading the NL on base.
It's amazing. He's having an amazing year.
I'm trying to get his savant up. I want to see what they're saying about his catching. Okay, so he's 40th percentile in blocks. He's not doing well framing this year. I saw him block a ton of balls. So I'm framing to me also is so weird.
Yeah.
Because who's the umpire for you? Like, is he giving you something that your pitchers have to like be around the zone? He's kind of like, he's dealt with a zillion different pitchers.
Right.
And I think that comes into play. They've used their bullpen more than any team in baseball. You got like guys like Glasnow and Shohei throwing 100 miles an hour at you. Like it becomes difficult to frame at that point. So I don't really care about that. Yeah, he's just a stud, dude. Just an absolute stud. His savant page is awesome, by the way.
This isn't supposed to be at Cal at all. Cal Raleigh has a 985 OPS, a 183 OPS plus. Like, Will Smith is in that neighborhood. He's got a 973 OPS, a 172 OPS plus. Like, a Will Smith good week and a Cal Raleigh mad week.
It's just
and they're having the same year. I know.
The homer separating it, yeah.
Obviously, in that big butt. But Yeah, I mean, what Will Smith is doing, he shouldn't just be mentioned in the. I mean, the tiers of the Dodgers is still insane because it starts with like Shohei in his own tier, and then it's the Freddie Mookie MVP tier, and then it's Teoscar and Mookie and or not Mookie, Max and Will and all of the pitchers. It's just, it's nuts. Glass now threw a pitch that I still haven't identified what it might have been a sinker, but it started in the zone and it ended up a mile out of the zone and he got a swing on it. Anyways, so that's Dave Roberts said the Dodgers were playing the worst baseball and hopefully their bottom baseball.
They played some
I know
horrible baseball. There was one point during the series where Dave Roberts was sitting back and he had the like most disgusted look on his face and he was spitting something and wasn't even bothered. He couldn't even bother to go like this. He was just sitting right there and spitting on himself.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I was like, oh my God, you're down bad when you're just like spitting on
That's how bad it is for Dave Roberts right now.
The bullpen for the Dodgers is horrible right now. So like that is something to look at. I know they're getting Trinan back, I believe, but they just lost Kasparius and Tanner Scott. And the guys they have right now cannot throw a freaking strike to save their life. It was so bad, and they still won 2 or 3 for my Twins.
Yeah, I mean, one of the running internet jokes now is like right as the deadline happens, like right as we do wait, is there any more trades to come in? Like Helsley to the Dodgers will happen, and everyone will go, yep, okay.
I got Jake Bird going there. I know he hasn't pitched great as of late, kind of run out of steam, but he looks like a guy that will fit with the Dodgers.
Direct Dave Roberts quote, "It better be rock bottom as far as how we've been pitching and playing defense. I think as far as quality of baseball, it's been a tough watch. It really has." Hey, I'm reading that to Boone next week. You can say that. It's okay. All right, that's out of my system. Trev, there was a lot of guys. There always is. But some of them do end up and FUEGO.
Dirt nasties on FUEGO. That means I'm on fire, baby. Like Waco.
And FUEGO is brought to you by Corona, the official cerveza of Talkin Baseball. What do we got, Coach?
What's up, Colson Montgomery?
Yeah, welcome.
For the White Sox, 4 for 13. Well, no, not all 4. A double and 2 homers. So 3 of the 4 for extra bases. 7 runs driven in. Just dominating down there in Tampa as they take 2 of 3. Spencer Horowitz, Pittsburgh. Let's go. Playing good ball. He went 7 for 12. 2 doubles, a homer, and 7 runs driven in. He hit his first career grand slam on Wednesday. It's the first grand slam since O'Neal Cruz did it on April 16th of this year. Are they trading O'Neal Cruz? There's a lot of rumors out there. Rafael Devers listed as a DH here. He's the first baseman for the San Francisco Giants now. 7 for 14, a double, 2 homers, and 5 runs driven in. He hit his first multi-homer game on Wednesday with the Giants. And he needs to carry that offense.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. You mentioned Ramon Laureano, what he's done, 4 for 12 in the series, 5 runs driven in, 2 homers. Andy Pages, 3 for 8, 2 homers, 4 runs driven in for the Dodgers. He kind of was going on a little slide back now. Love that for him. Love my Cuban ball players for the week. Royce Lewis, my guy. Thought he made a mechanical adjustment. I asked him about it. He did make a mechanical adjustment. Okay. He's not thinking about it. He's just going up there trying to be a baller, and it's all come back to him. He looks really, really good now. 7 for 17, 2 doubles, 3 homers, 6 runs driven in. He's got 3 homers in his last 4 games after 3 homers in his first 85 games of 2025. It looked bleak for a while for Royce, and then something kind of just clicked for him, and he's all of a sudden catching the ball in front. Looks really good. Yandy Diaz for the Tampa Bay Rays, 8 for 22, a double, 3 homers, 7 runs driven in for the week. Junior Caminero of the Rays as well, 10 for 24, a double, 3 homers, 8 runs driven in for Tampa Bay. I would love to see them go on some sort of run here. For the pitchers, Jake, I give my love to the pitchers every once in a while, especially when it's our guy Moxie King, Walker Buehler. Yeah. 7 innings pitched, 1 earned run. It's his first start of 7 innings or more, 1 or fewer runs, and 1 or fewer walks since April 22nd, 2022. It's been a while since he's had a start like that, so congratulations to Walker Buehler. Tyler Glasnow, who a lot of the Minnesota Twins hitters after the game said maybe the nastiest performance they have seen in the big leagues. 7 innings pitched, 1 earned run. The only one was a Royce Lewis homer, solo homer, 12 Ks. It's his most strikeouts in a game since June 9th of 2024. How about Tanner Gordon, starting pitcher for the Rockies? 6 innings pitched, 0 earned runs. He recorded his first outing of that 6 innings pitch shutout. It's his 12th career start. So Colorado, I've been saying it, probably not as bad as their 25-75 record or whatever the hell it is. They have some fun players on that team. So go Tanner Gordon, go Rockies. I'm rooting for you guys. And JV, he finally gets his first win in 17 starts this year for the Giants. He goes 5 innings pitched, no runs. He did walk 5 people, but it doesn't matter. He got that dub. So congratulations, JV. And then Brandon Walter, I mentioned they just have lefties coming out of nowhere for the Houston Astros. Here's one of them. 7 innings pitched, 1 earned run, only 1 walk, 5 Ks. He has 4 walks, Jake, on the entire season. That's 53 2/3 innings pitched. I love that. Among 143 pitchers, starting pitchers with 50-plus innings, Walters has the best walks per 9 at .67. That's the Astros, baby. That's the Astros. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about Corona, Jake?
Go grab some people, especially if you have to face Brandon Walter, because he's coming at you, and so is Corona. It's like peak summer, people. Late July, it's going to be August soon. Go to the beach, grab a Corona, or make anywhere a beach. Make your couch a beach while you're watching the game. Some days you just need some AC. The heat catches up with you. And how about you grab a Corona? You're watching your team. Corona's going to make it better, win or lose. The official cerveza of Major League Baseball. So crack open a Corona. Squeeze in the lime. Squeeze in the lime. And enjoy America's favorite pastime with Mexico's favorite present time. Get yours at ordercorona.com. 21 plus, enjoy responsibly. Corona Extra Beer, imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois. Oh, lost him. That's we'll get him back. Oh, there he is. Y'all good? Y'all good?
All good, Pop.
That was my Colin Stone. Let's do some batters who are struggling.
Hey man, you've been struggling lately. It's time to pick it up.
This list ends with a dude, and it's a lot of young guys along the way. So maybe they can all work together, figure it out, and let's get them on in Fuego next week. Jacob Wilson, the young A shortstop. I think his first time on this list. 4 for 47. 077 on the road this month. That's the worst of any major leaguer. Dane Myers. Everyone else in Miami's partying. Come on, Dane. 8 for 54. Struck out 14 times without walking. That's tied for the most in MLB. Evan Carter, the playoff hero. 8 for 46. 077 versus relievers this month. That's the worst. Parker Meadows in Detroit. Man, that whole outfield kind of struggling right now. An 8 for 44. OPS of 224 on plate appearances that last 5+ pitches. We've got stats. What do they mean? That's the second lowest in MLB. And hey, for all these kids, Trev, Jacob Wilson, Dane Myers, Evan Carter, Parker Meadows, Kyle Tucker joins the list. 11 for 58. That's a 190 average. Slugging 103 with 2 strikes this month. So there's good news. When you get on this list, it's time to get off this list. And we hope to see them all on Fuego next episode. The other low point of this show, I mentioned it might be the peak of summer. This is the low part of the episode because it's the IL. And my new favorite player is on this list. Denzel Clark for the A's has gone on the IL. And guess what? Lawrence Butler's gone to center, and he's robbing homers now.
He robbed one.
Screw it. He made a nice diving catch, too.
I was going to say, Jacob Wilson also, him and Soderstrom zooed that ball, so defensively, offensively.
Don't take it out in the field. Chris Martin. See that Coldplay concert? 4 to 6 weeks with a left calf for him. Brandon Lau, we got updated on that on the midweek. Jimmy checking on his homers. Left ankle inflammation and plantar fasciitis. What's that about? Lance McCullers Jr., blister season. That's going around. A's Max Muncy. Right finger fracture. Ouch, 4 to 6 weeks. Joe Ross for Philly. Tanner Scott for the Dodgers. Left elbow inflammation. Interesting. Stuart Fairchild, didn't know he was in Tampa, if I'm being honest with the people, but it's good to know now. 6 weeks with a right oblique. David Festa for your Twins with some right shoulder stuff. Felix Bautista, what we thought was going to be an interesting name at this deadline potentially. He's got right shoulder stuff going on. Those are the guys going to the IL. Returning from the IL. Chris Taylor, gang. He's in L.A., but on the Angels, people forget. Starling Marte for the New York Mets. Davis Martin for the White Sox. Zach Eflin in Baltimore. John Gray in Texas. And Jose Butto for the New York Metropolitans. So we got some arms back. It's time to start everyone's weekend. Although Kelsey's been dodging us. Atlanta, she dodged you in Colorado. What's that about?
She's got, a beautiful little family to take care of.
I texted with Kelsey the other day. Jimmy Herget was wearing a We Got Ice Arm Feels Good shirt. So we love that. And she said because she's OCD, she has to listen to every episode of Talkin' Baseball. So she said she's 13 episodes behind. We cover like the games from
they're not evergreen, these episodes.
And she said she just got to the story about the Rockies game where the Penguin was throwing out the first pitch and she lost it. And I
don't remember that.
It's a hilarious image. It's Rockies baseball at its finest. There's just the littlest little penguin on the mound with the baseball.
The Dodgers had a robot throw first pitch out, right?
Oh,
everyone's like, this freaking robot.
There we go.
Malfunction. Thing just like dribbled out of there. Yeah. Score one for the humans, baby.
Humans 1, robot 0. You'll never be Brandon Walter. You got an award?
I mean, everyone knows who my award is going to because if you watch the show, we are a Jesse Chavez pod. We go way back. If you don't know, Jesse Chavez announced his retirement from the game. Do I fully believe it? If the Braves came a calling next year, I think Jesse might pick up the phone. No, but he's got a family. He wants to go be with them. He's an OG. So when an OG, goes down, I think you got to mention him. And I wanted to play, some games with you and kind of like go and talk about Jesse Chavez's career. So I have that up right now. First thing we always do, and I have not looked this up yet, so this is going to be a joint game for us. Give me Jesse Chavez, who at the beginning of this year had 14 years of service time. Keep that in mind. Career earnings.
Oh, that's right. So I feel like he only really got one contract because he had that 1 year for the Braves where he was good for the full year. He got a contract with another team, was bad, went back to the Braves. But he's been in so many major league seasons. I would guess 20 mil.
Oh, I'm going way above that.
Okay.
14 years, coach. I think I'm going to go. I'm going to go like 43 million.
What we got, Beebs?
According to Spotrac.com, the number is $24,639,178.
I mean,
I have 25.2 on my baseball reference. Wow. So he yeah, okay.
There's a lot of, I don't want to say
what's owed to him.
I don't want to say minimums in there like it's a bad thing, but
I was expecting way more. Okay, so there's that.
we're still happy for Jesse.
Nothing to balk at. My God,
I'm not balking.
Not at all. I'm right around there, dog. I got a great life. The amount of numbers, different numbers worn by Jesse Chavez.
Different number. So same number, different team is.
No, different numbers.
Different numbers.
14 years in.
I just saw you count. 8.
You did see me count you. 8 different numbers: 43, 57, 20, 60, 30, 58, 40, and 53. He's won 43 3 times. He's won 60 twice. He's won 30 3 times. 4 different stints with Atlanta. I guess you can count each year at the back end for more if you wanted to. But he's been kind of known as that guy who, if Atlanta needs a guy, Jesse Chavez is going to be that guy. He's going to be throwing meaningful innings for the Atlanta Braves. We always would say that in the TPPs. He was a starter with the A's. That's where you get the bulk of his starts. Started for the Angels for a little bit, which I don't remember. That's not in my baseball memory, is Jesse Chavez starting for the Angels, but he did. We go back to the 2007 Phoenix Desert Dogs. And Nick, this guy shouldn't have hung around for as long as he did.
Yeah.
There's nothing. No, I mean that in the best way possible. Yeah. He doesn't do anything exceptionally well, but he's a good teammate. He worked hard and was he wanted the ball.
Yeah.
At every single moment. Didn't care, pressure, no pressure. Throw me in, coach. I will pitch whenever you need me to pitch. And I think that's important. And people say, "Oh, doesn't everybody want to pitch all the time?" No, they don't. Oh, I'm hurt. I'm this. I'm that. I'm tired. It's no, Jesse was "I'll throw. Give me the ball." And I remember talking to him one time about that. By the way, World Series champ with the Braves. And he mentioned I don't ever take a day in the big leagues for granted. And this is a guy who's got over 14 years of service time. Continue to say that throughout his career. So I don't know, man. He's if you follow ball, you know who Jesse Chavez is, and he called it quits. He didn't call it quits. He retired. I don't want to say it like that, and I just wanted to give him a shout out. So shout out Jesse Chavez.
Congratulations on retirement, because yeah, man, you got 42nd round pick in 2002, and yeah, it's the 2008 Pittsburgh Pirates. Let me click on them and see who Jesse Chavez was twirling the pill for. That's Ryan Dowmett, Adam LaRoche, Freddie Sanchez, Jack Wilson. We talked about his son a chunk this episode. Jose Bautista, the third baseman. People forget. Jason Bay, Nate McLeod, Xavier Nady. Doug Minkiewicz is on that team. I mean, crazy. It's a crazy MLB life for him. And the fact he kept it going is pretty cool. All right, great award, Trev. I'm going to give out my final award, and it's brought to us by the DraftKings Sportsbook. Nothing says summer like long days, clutch plays, and firing off a few parlays on the game at the DraftKings Sportsbook. If you've never bet on baseball, it's easy. Pick a guy to homer. Boom. Pick a team to win. Boom. That was pretty simple. And here's something special for first-time customers. New DraftKings customers, bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code JMBaseball. That's code JMBaseball for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Trev, I will give the swing season award because I got a DM from, it was Ryan who DM'd me on Instagram and said swing season. So I want to take that from them because it really is just such an important part of this year. Because we have teams dictating their season. The Texas Rangers, if they went 2-8 instead of 8-2, I think they'd be selling. And I've got a young player because we mentioned it with Francisco Alvarez before. That there's going to be young players that are completely changed for this second half, and we don't really know yet. Like, something could click for a player, and they could go nuts this second half, or a hole could happen in their swing, and they can have a brutal second half. Like, it happens to Kyle Tucker was just on Slump Watch, or our new version of Slump Watch. There's a guy in Chicago who I've had circled since opening day of this season, and I'm talking about opening day in Japan. Matt Shaw, the young Cubs third baseman. And Trev, I was embarrassed to bring it to the show, but I said it on there. I was like, go check out Matt Shaw's stance, because he had a massive, he had a softball. He was turned in. He looked like he was pitching. Like, he kind of looked like Jose Lima. He had a massive leg kick. He had a massive leg kick, and he was like, and I was just like, I don't know if that's going to work at this level. But as you well know, and Jesse Chavez well knows, Trev, it's a game of adjustments. And Matt Shaw's made adjustments. He's changed his swing. The leg kick is a lot softer and gentle. His hands are starting a little higher. And Trev, coming out of the All-Star break, he's hitting .474. That's third highest of anyone with 19-plus plate appearances. 9 for 19. .474, 3 homers, 6 RBI, 2 stolen bases, a 1.421 OPS. There's been a lot of talk about Geno, and that's like the one spot in the Cubs lineup that they could really change and add. Has Matt Shaw done enough in swing season to put those conversations aside? Or if you're the Cubs front office and you're only willing to trade X amount of prospects, and it's either pitchers or third base, has Matt Shaw now changed that equation with his past couple games? I don't know. It's just, I don't know the answer, and I don't think anyone does. But a top prospect putting together a couple big weeks might change the formula for the Cubbies.
I had that in my notes talking about Matt Shaw, and yes, I had Geno going to the Cubs. That was during the All-Star break. And he's made some adjustments. He's looked really, really good there. And I do think it does change their mind. Say, hey, maybe we'll prioritize something else other than third base. They don't necessarily need more offensive help. Like, they got a pretty good offensive squad there. Does it always help to lengthen your lineup? Yes, we talk about that all the time. Could they still go get Geno? Yes, they could. But I do think it puts that need a little bit lower down the totem pole. So, yeah, I do agree with you that this little swing season we got going on here can change things.
He 198 batting average in the first half. That was 8th lowest amongst players with 200-plus plate appearances. Let's find out. It's going to be a big weekend. Hopefully we get a couple more trades that leak in. Hopefully we get a couple more fun team conversations. And then, next week's going to be the big one. So, everyone, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your baseball. Enjoy maybe your last time seeing a player if your team's selling. Excited to see what we've got for Monday. Have a great weekend. How about that?
Jake sucks. Did we even mention David Robertson going to the Phillies last episode?
Ooh, I don't know. I think we mentioned it.
I don't know when. He's on the Phillies, guys.
Yeah. He's going to be
Probably
pitching.
Have a 2.5.
Pitching in the postseason, striking guys out with backdoor cutters.
That's small calves now. Did you see that?
No.
Just kidding.